Grab a simple lamp and some plain paper plates for this fun and easy DIY. To start, fold one plate in half and make a 1/4 inch mark on either side of the fold. Draw 2 lines across the plate and cut the plate along those lines. Take one of the paper plate halves and use it as a template to draw the same lines on the rest of your plates. You will cut half the plates along the lines and fold the other plates along those lines. The number of plates you'll need will vary based on the circumference of your lampshade. This shade has a diameter of 5.5 inches, and we used a total of 50 paper plates. Starting with one of the folded plates, use your hot glue gun to glue the spine to your lampshade. You'll then glue one of the cut plate halves right next to the folded plate. Repeat this alternating pattern all around the circumference of the shade. Once the shade is filled in, attach it to your lamp base and enjoy your new modern light fixture.
Basically what you want to do is grab some scrap wood and a lampshade. And I also grabbed some stir sticks, basically paint sticks, but I went ahead and stained these already, and we're going to be gluing them onto an embroidery hoop. So basically what you do is you place the lampshade up on the wood and put the embroidery hoop down below. I'll show you why you need the spacing later. But basically we're going to go ahead and glue these sticks to the hoop and the top of the lampshade. You want to do all 4 corners, even though there's not a corner on a lamp. What you're going to do is put it at the 90, 180 degrees, 270, and 0 degree marks. That is going to stabilize the loop. Those 4 are most important. Doesn't take a lot of hot glue at all. Just dab it on there, make sure you don't burn yourself, and put it across the top and the bottom. Just like that. Then we're also going to do the front, glue that on, and we'll do the back. Once we got those all on, we're going to flip our shade over, grab our other loop, place it there. We're still going to need the wood spacers, and put it right on top. Now here's the kicker. What we're going to do is again glue it to the loop and the bottom of the shade, which is now the top. Do the same thing you were doing on the other ones. These, what you'll want to do is put the new sticks right next to the 4 that you already put on. Again, a dab of glue at the bottom and a dab of glue at the top. Go ahead and do them to all 4, but this time you're going to alternate. We're going to put one stick on one side, and watch this, then another stick on the other side of our original project. And we're going to do this all the way around, alternating as we go. You're going to love this. Let me show you how it works. Now, we're getting close to the end. See how I alternated all the way around? Just a dab of glue here and put it at the top. You do not need to flip this over every time. If you feel more comfortable doing that, you can. But as you can also see, I didn't need the wood spacers anymore. This is getting really strong. So again, just keep putting the glue on, put it at the bottom, and then you're going to glue it at the top. Keep alternating. And I also always recommend, if you are going to stain your wood, do it before you start putting it together. Trust me. So now that we're getting it all done, all we got to do is fill the gap, and I'll show you the final product when we come back. And here it is, the final product. It looks so great. You can hang it from the wall. You can also add a lamp to it.
I'm Meredith from Arts and Classy, and you're watching Hometalk. All right, so I'm starting with this really little lamp that I got. It's a table lamp. I got it on Facebook Marketplace for $10. What we're gonna do first, we're gonna take some painter's tape and we're going to tape up this cord. We're gonna cover this additional plug, and we're gonna cover this top where the bulb sits. And then from there, we are going to spray paint it metallic gold. So after shaking up my gold metallic spray paint can, I went over my table lamp about 2 times. I tried to keep my can about 6 inches from the lamp the entire time, just to make sure I wasn't getting any drips. And each coat I did took about 15 minutes to dry in between. I made sure to do this outside in a very ventilated space with face protection, so make sure that you are safe when you are getting into spray paint. So while we let our lamp dry, we're gonna go ahead and start making basically the structure for the borax crystals that we're gonna be creating today. I experimented with white pipe cleaners, and then I also experimented with pink because I wanted kind of a rose quartz look to the crystals that I was making. So I'm gonna kind of crisscross these pipe cleaners, and we're gonna start by just kind of bending them around each other. There is not an exact science to this. I just kind of played. So go into this project with like a playful mindset of like, hey, I'm just gonna try and experiment. So I wanted to create some like really interesting organic looking shapes. So I kind of just started making like loops and tried to finish it off to give more density to the area around it. I don't want this crystal to look perfect, obviously, because what natural phenomenon is actually like a perfect symmetrical shape. So you'll see I kind of have like a dense little structure that I made. This one's kind of a medium to small size, and you're gonna wanna repeat that. So we're gonna move on to the next step. I want you to get either a skewer or a chopstick or something you can use to tie string to. So I have kind of a embroidery string that I'm going to be cutting, and I'm going to be adding one side and tying it around my skewer. So I have it attached, and then I'm gonna attach the other part to my crystal. So you're just gonna tie a knot around one of the pipe cleaners. There you have it. Now you may wanna add, when you get the structure that you're gonna be using to fill up with hot water and borax, you don't want it to touch the bottom. So see, mine's a little bit too long. We're actually gonna go back in and tie it so it's a little bit shorter. And borax is a laundry detergent booster. It is what is gonna basically be our chemistry science project today to create these crystals. So I have an electric tea kettle and I boiled some water, and I'm gonna use a measuring cup. You're essentially going to want to add 3 to 4 tablespoons of borax solution to every cup of water you use. So I did about 3 cups in this vase. So what we're gonna do, I have a wooden spoon. You can use a metal spoon too, that's fine. I'm gonna do 2 tablespoons, and you're gonna add it slowly. So one at a time, and then you're gonna stir it until it dissolves. Now what we're gonna do is we are going to soak our pipe cleaner in the solution. You wanna kind of get rid of bubbles. So dunk it a couple of times and then submerge it. Now, since I'm using the pink pipe cleaners, no food coloring is needed, but if you wanted to use the white ones, this is the part where you would add the pink food coloring, and then you'd wanna stir it in. And it should dye the pipe cleaner pretty quickly. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a magazine or some form of cardboard, something to cover this, and we're gonna set it aside, and you're gonna let the crystal develop for about 12 to 24 hours. All right, so as you can see, I made about 40 different crystals over the course of a couple of days, and they all turned out a little different. So I'm gonna be using a low temperature hot glue gun. So we'll start with some of these. Just wanna make sure that those have time to dry. There is no exact science to this, so you kind of have to like feel it out as you go. So I do encourage you to make crystals like all different sizes. And you may have to act like this is a little bit of a puzzle that you're putting together. All right, now that we've added all of our crystals and they've dried and everything is good, we are going to add our shade back to the lamp base, and then we're gonna add a light bulb. And we are gonna go put it in my bedroom where it will live, and we'll light it up. We'll be back. There you have it. My faux crystal based lamp is complete. It did take some time to create the crystals. However, assembling it didn't take very long.